So, wine number two this month, also from California. All three wines this month are from California, and not by design. As you know, some months I do themes, um, all Cab Franc. I think next month I'm looking at all Mexico, three Mexican wines, which is a kind of a nice segue because most people only know of Mexican wine as a Fountains of Wayne song. Uh, this is a wine from a winery called the End of Nowhere, and the segue of music is that this one is called "Whatever Happened," after a Stroke song. Chris Walsh, who's the winemaker owner, is from Amador County out in Sierra Foothills. He has he came to New York and ended up as a somm, and then moved back, to farm. Basically, he comes from a farming background in Amador County, and grows his own grapes and sources other grapes as well. And it has these wines that are named after songs by this one. Whatever Happened is a Stroke song. There's Bowie, there's the National. I mean, the Shins. I mean, come on, you got to like it right off the bat. Just if you like music, with very cool and consistent labeling, done by artist Kendall Cotta in California. So. Co-writer, Notes of Pair partner Valerie and I were at the Bowler tasting a couple of weeks ago, portfolio tasting, anniversary tasting, and wanted to hit a lot of there's just some really cool California producers in the portfolio, and we spent some time with Chris and drank through the portfolio, and just really, as she put it in a Instagram post, this is sort of where really good tasting wine meets interesting. I think that's the kind of best way to describe these wines. And I'm paraphrasing there, and this actually just kind of blew us away. Especially, you kind of get a sense of the color, maybe, but it is a Chenin Blanc Zinfandel blend, or a Zinfandel Chenin Blanc blend, in roughly 50-50. And it was just juicy and punchy, and it drinks more like a red than a white. Obviously, I guess you can say it's a rosé, but it really drinks more like a red. You can have a slight chill on this or not. Just was really, really impressed with it. It does see some neutral oak, but that just adds a little more texture to it and not flavor. And and we just stood there and we're like, I'm dialing this one up for the wine club, and was fortunate enough that there were basically only just enough cases in the pipeline locally to get it, which makes perfect sense because only 100 cases of this are made. So so the ones I grabbed represent a pretty nice percentage. So may not be a reorderable wine. This is again a wine that you can drink by itself. This is a wine I'd have maybe with some light grilled fare. Really, really versatile. Chris has also spent some time working for a couple of wineries that we've featured in previous months with the with the wine club. He spent some time with Donkey and Goat, who's one of the Berkeley producers, and we had their Chardonnay not too long ago. He spent some time with Terra Rouge, Bill Easton Vineyards, Easton Winery. Bill was a guest of ours on the Zoom, the same show we had, same Zoom we had Angela Osborne on. Bill's one of the pioneers up in Amador County, Sierra Foothills. I'm not just taking Zin. This is a region that has a real great reputation for its Zinfandel. Some of the best Zinfandel being made and produced up there and grown up there, mainly because it was settled a lot by Italian immigrants who also brought other grapes. You're going to find Barbera and other Italian grapes up there, but we also have had some really great Pinot Gris and Albarino, and my feeling is, come for the Zinfandel, stay for all these other grapes that you're just not aware of that have been growing there for decades and decades, and some really fantastic wine is being made from them. So again, this is the End of Nowhere, Whatever Happened, Zinfandel Chenin Blanc blend. I think you're going to be really kind of surprised by this. It's not polarizing, surprising, but just this is kind of as I've described on Instagram, juicy goodness. So that's wine number 2.